What's going on, guys? It is Nikolai Gamer, and today for you guys, I'm here to speak a little towards the announcements made at the Pokémon 2019 press conference, as well as the Pokémon Sword and Shield announcement on June 5th. Unfortunately, I was not able to film a reaction to the Sword and Shield announcement since they were dropped while I was at school, and I couldn't resist looking at it before I reacted, filmed for you guys. But I will still, of course, talk about it. And get my little 2 cents on it. I did, however, react to the press conference, which will be in the description below, so if you have not checked that out, go ahead and do so. In this video, I will provide my take on some of the games and services announced in both presentations, so without further ado, let's get into it. To start with, I'm going to talk about the Nintendo Switch expansion for Detective Pikachu. So, Mr. Ishihara invited Hiro Matsuoka on stage and spoke of the success of Detective Pikachu. This is Hiro Matsuoka from Toho, and he spoke about Detective Pikachu and Mewtwo Strikes Back, that movie that's coming out soon. After he left, Ishihara eventually brought up the fact that the end of Detective Pikachu on the Nintendo 3DS was at a cliffhanger. At this point, the ending of Detective Pikachu was announced that it was going to be released on Nintendo Switch. I'm not sure if they're going to put the main story on the Switch, but honestly, this is pretty cool. I personally have not played Detective Pikachu, and that being said, I'm unaware of how accurate the story is to the movie. No matter what, though, I'm still excited to see this happen, and if the main story does end up being put on the Switch as well, I would definitely get that and play it, just to be aware of it. Ishihara later welcomed Yoriomi Uego on stage and announced Pokemon Center Shibuya. He is the one, I think, that runs all the Pokemon Centers, and they finally have an area in Shibuya. And let me tell you, the way they announced the layout is incredible. You guys can see they have a Mewtwo statue in a case that looks very similar to the research tank from Mewtwo Strikes Back. And I love that it's like a life-size, version of Mewtwo. I personally really wanted to go to Japan. I'd give my left leg for it. And I would love to stop by a Pokemon Center one day. In the middle, Ishihara invited my boy Junichi Masuda on stage to present Pokemon Home. Now, I am really, really excited about this. It's basically acting as a cloud service, but for Pokemon. I love this idea because I can get Pokemon from my older games, and we use them in Sword and Shield, and I just feel like it's really cool. I could have something from Pokemon Ruby and use that in a game 17 years after that game's release. It's such an innovative way to bring players back to their old games and recollect on the memories they had and use those and their movesets and those old abilities and everything on these new games. One feature I really want to see, though, is Wonder Trading from your phone and using GTS services from your phone. Because I think it'd be cool if you're sitting around your doctor's waiting room or something, or you're in your office doing something at work, or you have a study hall in school, and you're Wonder Trading your Magikarp and you end up getting a Mewtwo right before you're called in for something, or right before the bell rings or whatever. I feel like you would get a much better review if you were able to allow services like that from your phone, instead of having to connect your 3DS to Wi-Fi like before. In this case, it would be the Nintendo Switch. Instead of doing all of that, you could just do it all from your phone. Ishihara then showed a video of some people playing Pokemon Go throughout a day. It showed mileage going up. So it wasn't really too interesting until the very end of the video. Now, the very end of the video, it showed a kid sleeping with what to me was if you guys look at my reaction, I thought it was a Pokewalker. It looked like a slightly bigger Pokewalker. I thought they were going to do that again. But then it showed that it was counting minutes of sleep. So, I was surprised that it was counting sleep of all things, and that they had Pokemon Sleep as what it was called, and it's coming out in 2020, and I was surprised because I know nothing about games trying to promote healthy sleep habits aside from Wii Fit, where Wii Fit tells you how to live a healthier lifestyle through that, and not only is it promoting it, but it's making it appealing to kids. That's amazing that they're making it appealing to kids and having healthier sleep habits and promoting healthy living through a game that in itself is appealing to kids and adults as well. Ishihara then welcomed Kazuhio Maruyama, I believe. Apologize if I say that wrong, but he is from Nintendo's hardware development group, and he introduced the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. I laughed in my reaction when I heard the name because it was a little, it's a cute little name how they had it like that. But the device would act like a Pokemon Go Plus, but it counts sleep as well as you can catch Pokemon from it and everything when they're nearby. I'm not sure how they're going to do that, but I'm excited no matter what to see how that works, because something that counts sleep, like how does it exactly know when you're asleep, and how does it count that all up, and what does it do for, Pokemon Go? What does that do in the game? Like, what updates are they gonna put in it for that? Final thing that was announced at the conference was a mobile game called Pokemon Masters that the company is working on alongside DNA. I'm gonna be honest, this looks like a much better version of like Pokemon Duel. Not that there was a problem with Pokemon Duel, I sort of liked it, but it could have, it did have those moments. I'm excited to see where this goes. So the art that was presented, you guys can see there's Lance, Brock, Cynthia, a couple of other trainers there, and in the top left you guys can see Red. There was also some footage of you meeting your first Pokemon, which looks like it's Pikachu, and then there's a cutscene with like Cynthia, and they showed a little Pokemon battle footage, which looks like, I think it's like a Clash of Clans or Clash Royale style of the game. I'm excited to see where this goes, because like I don't play Clash of Clans or Clash Royale or anything like that. But something in like that format, for Pokemon, I'd see what it's about, Now this is the moment you've all been waiting for, the Pokemon Sword and Shield announcement. Side note, I'm getting Sword. So they showed a video, and then went in depth after, so I'm just gonna, they showed a video, that's all I want to really, point out. However, let's just start off with the 4 new Pokemon they revealed. So, first, they showed Gossifleur, I believe her name was. Don't know how I feel. It's kind of like the Fomantis of the game, is what I want to compare it to. Kind of like Sun and Moon's Fomantis. And then it actually showed the evolution sequence for her, which I found really cool. If you guys look at the, I don't know if I can get a picture of it, but if there is a picture there, you guys can see there's this little molecular structure, like those little molecular structures floating around. I think it looks really cool. I don't know. But it evolves into Eldegoss, which is kind of like the Chief Puff from Kingdom Hearts 3. That's kind of what I want to compare it to. It's like a little dandelion. But yeah, those are those 2 Pokemon. That's their evolutionary forms. I feel like though Gossifleur will probably have something like Burmy with Wormadam and Mothim. I feel like it'll be a male and female evolution. Just because of the fact that it seems like that kind of thing where you would have or maybe a male and female form of Eldegoss that they're just not showing. I don't know. That's just what's going through my head. It just strikes me as that kind, but who knows. The second Pokemon, or the third Pokemon they announced essentially was Dreadnought. Okay, I'm getting Dreadnought. I'm just automatically getting Dreadnought. And, oh wait, they didn't announce that. I forgot about that one. Everyone loves that one. I'll talk about it in a second, but I got Dreadnought. I thought Dreadnought was amazing. I don't nickname my Pokemon, I'm gonna nickname him Thick. I don't know, just thick jaw, thick shell. Oh my goodness, I love that design. He looks so cool. I think Dragon Rock, imagine Dragon Rock Pokemon, love that. And then they announced Wooloo, which Wooloo is kind of like a Flaffy. I don't think it's gonna be like the starting rodent sort of thing, because again it would obviously be like a rodent, like a rat or something. But if Wooloo did end up being that starting normal type, I wouldn't be surprised, and I think I would probably have it on my team and then after a while get rid of it, if something else were to come up. But Wooloo just seems like that really cute Pokemon. I'd end up using it. After that, they see, I forgot all about Wooloo, so I was just about to go right to this one, but they announced Corviknight, and Corviknight, oh my god, looks so amazing. I actually saw this this meme that Corviknight is the bird that flew the player around every time you used Fly in the older games, and it's funny because it actually looks like Corviknight. So I was like, oh my god, is it Corviknight? But it looks like it's an electric flying type. And as far as I know, Pokemon does not have an electric flying type out there. So they're actually, being even more innovative with their types and differentiating them. It'd be cool if they had, like opposites for each, where it's like this. The second type for this one is what it's weak to. So when you think you can use, like, let's use Corviknight as an example, if it's like electric flying, you can't use electric type moves on it. You can only use ice type and rock type. So, and I don't think people are gonna like overlook that, but you never know. Competitively, it could be different for everyone. So now let's talk about what they announced after that. Dynamax. Oh my gosh. So Dynamax, I think, is gonna be like that mechanic, like how like X and Y have Mega Evolution, Sun and Moon had Z moves. I think this one's like that, gonna be that mechanic that's gonna be like experimented on with all the professors or whatever. Dynamaxing, because when it showed the gym battle, I guess you can also Dynamax in just regular battles. And yeah, they were saying that like you can Dynamax once per battle, similar to Mega Evolution and Z moves, and then the Dynamax will last 3 turns, which is different from Mega Evolution, because Mega Evolution, it's the whole battle, from when you activate it till when the battle ends. That's how long you have the Mega Evolution activated. But Dynamax is only going to be 3 turns, and it can only be used once. So that leads me to my next question. Is Mega Evolution in it? And if possible, can you Mega Evolve a Pokemon and then Dynamax them? Because I would love to see like a Dynamax Mega Charizard, or like a Dynamax Mega Aggron. Oh my god, Mega Aggron. That would be like, game would crash. I've seen all the memes with like, Dynamax Mewtwo and like Dynamax Wailord. Oh my god, Dynamax Wailord. Yeah, that would be the game crasher right there. Or like Dynamax Torterra. Torterra's a pretty big one. But yeah, so that's the whole thing with Dynamaxing, and I'm excited to see what they do with it in the future. It just looks really cool. And then they also had the max raid battles where you can connect to people like locally or online and partake in like Dynamax raid battles. Then you have to like, it's a team effort, and you guys have to like communicate and be like, who's gonna Dynamax the Pokemon, because only one person in the raid battle can Dynamax, and then you can all catch. I hope you can all like catch it on your own and get your own like whatever is in the raid battle. But I don't know. I feel like Dynamaxing is like, it's not gonna be all the rage like Mega Evolution was, and I know Z moves. People were a little bit bummed out about it, and then got into it as time went on. Like me, when they announced Z moves, I thought, dang, it's not as cool as Mega Evolution. But then I realized that they had exclusive ones for the starters, and one for Snorlax, and one for Marshadow and Mew, and through doing that, I was like, alright, then this actually gets people thinking, oh, I want to see how this looks with this Pokemon, I'm going to get this one. Or the Snorlax one, the Snorlium Z, only came from you pre-ordering, or not pre-ordering, like getting the game before like a specific date and then using it. So I thought that was really cool how they did that. And finally, oh my goodness, the legendary Pokemon of the game. Good lord. Well, this isn't really the final thing. I do have a couple of things I want to say after this, but Zacian and Zamazenta. Now, Zacian's the reason I'm getting Sword. Zacian, I just like, the way it looks. It's a lot more slender, and looks like its speed and attack are going to be like its 2 main factors, its 2 main stats. And then Zamazenta obviously would have defense, but I think it would also have, I think it would be slower. Excuse me, I think it would be slower because of the fact that it's going to be, like, I feel like the shield would be like a weight on it, so it would move slower than it normally would. So that's, I don't know, Zamazenta just, I feel like that's how it's going to be. And so, I don't know. All I know is I'm getting sword, and there's shields, and I guess at the end of that reveal, when they showed them back to back, like they were about to fight something, it leads me to think is like they're going to be like a sort of Zygarde thing where it's like a third Pokemon. I don't think it's gonna be a gun, like everyone's been saying, but I think it might possibly be like, I don't know. It's weird because I personally just can't pinpoint what exactly it would be, because there's a sword, there's a shield, I think, and they're basing this off of, I don't know, war? So, maybe spear? I don't know, but in all honesty, I'm excited to see what happens. This seems like something that, the first Switch, like the first legitimate Switch Pokemon game, Let's Go, was really just testing out the capabilities of it on the Switch, in my opinion, and it was actually pretty good. So seeing how Sword and Shield comes out, I'm excited. I'm honestly excited. So that's that. And finally, where this is sort of the final thing, like my little thoughts on this, because it looks like that this game is going to be sort of open world, because they have the wild area that's going to be in between cities and all that. Instead of routes, it's just the wild area. So is it going to kind of be like the Hyrule field? Like you can explore the area and see all these things, and all these things are happening around you. Is this what the wild area is going to technically be? Is like you can go in between all these areas, and it's a huge like walking distance or biking distance, to the point where like you're gonna still need fly instead of having to go through all these routes and cities. It's just a wild area that's in your way, and how big it is like this is, I mean, or maybe not necessarily open world, but like Wild Area A is going to be where like 2 cities in the game are, and then Wild Area B is going to be like another 2 cities, and Wild Area C, and it's going to sort of just be like not this vast area, but you like one's probably more arid than the other, or one's like like a desert area is like that little transition, or snow or whatever. That's sort of what's going through my head. It could be different. If it's completely open world, I'd be super excited, because I've like an open world Pokemon game is almost unheard of. So I'm super excited. But yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens. And with that is my thoughts and opinions and explanation on the Pokemon press conference announcements and the Pokemon Sword and Shield announcement from June 5th. I hope you guys enjoyed. I apologize once again that I couldn't get a reaction to Sword and Shield. I was just super eager to see what they were announcing. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, I'm not forcing you to, but leaving a like does let me know if you're enjoying this form of content. Me doing explanation videos like this, it's not really my forte, if you will, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching again. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.